You are listening to 5 Star Wrestling Podcast.
Maybe.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is. Yay.
And that starts the podcast.
I know. Welcome, everybody, to episode 25.
Is it 25?
It is 25.
Oh my god.
Can't believe we made it that far.
I didn't even know that.
Right? A 5 Star Wrestling Podcast.
I just asked.
I am your host, Eddie Valiant. With me, as always, my other co-hosts.
Juicy Josh.
Juicy Josh.
And Devin.
Sponsored by
Juicy Josh.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
And 2 Juice. Beer.
There you go.
Beer can.
Shut up.
Yeah.
All right, we got some announcements to make.
Do we?
Shut
We do.
the fuck
Do
up.
we or do you?
I do.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please?
We didn't have an episode last week.
We didn't?
We didn't.
I thought
I had
we
an
did.
episode of Eddie Valiant's Hot Take.
I heard it.
But we didn't have a 5-star episode. So I have kind of some announcements that were...
Stevie.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
I had some announcements that are carried over from last week that I wanted to make.
Can we do that?
We can.
Oh, Jesus.
And congratulations to Austin Theory on signing with WWE,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's good for him.
right? I mean, it was a little obvious he was at NXT TakeOver.
Could have been a fan.
He's going to be in NXT for a while, or he's going to go to 205 after.
Britt Baker was there.
Where?
At
At
NXT?
Takeover.
Oh, in the crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Devin. She's in AEW.
I know, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's
can't
going
be
to
on
sign
camera.
with them.
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Did they pan to her?
No.
No, I was just going to say.
Still saw her.
Right. Congratulations to the one and only Orange Cassidy on signing with AEW. He's now All Elite.
And Ed has his shirt still.
That's true.
We are freshly squeezed over at
Don't wash
AEW.
that shirt ever.
Freshly
I haven't
squeezed.
yet.
Good.
We got some birthdays.
Do
Yeah, we do.
Is it Devin's birthday?
It is not Devin's birthday.
I
Not
was
till
never.
November.
I was never born.
I'll get it right one day.
I was
Yeah, right.
never born. Don't worry about it.
You weren't?
No.
How you here?
Egg.
It's true.
What came first?
I hatched.
So are you like Jesus?
But better, actually. I'm here.
Oh my god, we're
I
about
actually-
to get so much hate for that.
I actually
I
showed
know,
up.
right?
Jesus.
All right,
Can you
happy
turn
birthday.
water into wine? No, you're straight edge. You turned wine into water.
That's true.
Oh.
Reverse osmosis.
That's cool. I like it.
Happy birthday to Stevie Ray,
Yeah.
Paul Ellering,
Yeah.
both the Usos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
How do you know?
Neville,
Yeah.
Apollo Crews,
Yeah.
SmackDown's greatest announcer, Sho Funaki,
Yeah.
Vince McMahon,
Indeed.
Rocky
Boo.
Johnson,
Yep.
Tino Sabatelli,
Mm-hmm.
Gran Metalik,
Yep.
Crash Holly,
Yep.
Kylie Ray,
Yep.
Petey Williams,
Yep.
The Great Khali,
Yep.
Sergeant Slaughter,
Uh-huh.
Jazz,
Yep.
and Stan Henson.
That's it.
That's it. All right, you guys can follow us on Twitter, as always, at the number 5.
The number 5?
That's right, the number 5.
You don't spell it out.
You don't spell it out.
Okay.
_ Star
I'll
Podcast.
get it right one day.
You will.
No, you won't.
I definitely won't.
We've been doing this for 25 episodes. You still haven't gotten it right.
I think a few people have asked me, and I still can't tell them.
Yeah, right. You can also follow us. Right. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at 5 Star Wrestling Podcast.
You spell that one?
Fucking
You
dope.
spell that out.
How do you spell it, Ed?
FIVE.
Oh, you're Juicy Josh from 5 Star. Let me follow you on Twitter. What's your Twitter? I don't fucking know.
I know my name. Well, it's different now.
You're a dick.
So
You
why
can
don't you tell
follow
your
me.
Twitter handle?
You can follow me at Josh Sire 07. That's SYRE.
Why?
Do you spell?
Why isn't
07?
it? Why isn't it Juicy
No, you don't spell 07. Why isn't it too juicy?
or anything related to juice?
Because I'm pretty sure that's just going to be taken. The
Well,
juice is
you didn't
flowing
even,
in
you,
Twitter.
you didn't even try.
No,
You're a piece of shit.
you're a piece of shit. Maybe I could be Juicy Sire.
Ooh, that'd be better. That'd be better.
Give it the juice.
That's it. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at EddieValiant82.
Don't
Yeah,
follow.
don't follow
Don't
Devin.
follow me.
Yeah, don't follow Devin.
Devin
Nobody
doesn't
likes
like
Devin.
to be followed.
Twitter's fucking stupid.
Devin likes to follow. You're fucking stupid.
He likes every one of
fucking
Becca's
lame.
tweets.
Yeah, I have notifications on. It's essentially a second account for her.
Don't
so
say
it
that.
always
Devin,
has a
don't
like.
give it away. I'm not going to let you say it.
I know.
Say what?
No.
We're gonna edit that out.
Say what?
All right.
I don't use it.
You like
I guess.
all your fiance's Twitter things on purpose.
Yes.
No.
The best was the very intimate tweet she sent out the other day.
Oh yeah, but
I
Which
liked
one?
it. About when you first get together with somebody, it's like what was it?
Last
Spooning?
night?
And then like
Yeah, that was last night.
yeah.
And
I
then
like
now
that
now you don't even want her to touch you at night.
That's not what it said. But anyway,
Anyways, it is now time for
someone can't
Juicy
read.
Josh's top 5 moments of Raw and SmackDown.
Juicy Josh's top 5. Oh! Are we gonna keep it juicy this week, Devin? No, he's upset with me.
Oh no, my nose still hurts.
From what?
I don't know. You tell me.
You tell me. What? I punch you in the nose?
You got a nice elbow on Tuesday.
I elbowed you in the nose on Tuesday?
Ooh, in a basketball game?
Yeah.
I didn't even know I did that.
Really?
Is that why
'Cause
my elbow was hurting at the end of it?
You stopped and looked at me and were like, "Are you all right? I'm so
I
sorry."
thought that was your head.
Oh, that was a different.
Oh, okay.
It was
Well,
very,
there's a few
very
fouls.
physical Tuesday.
I was.
I was getting after it.
I took out his brother too. I'm gonna mention that on the podcast. Ooh,
Hell yeah.
Brandon got taken out.
That's fine. He doesn't
All right.
care or listen.
No, no one does. I'm just kidding. If you listen, I love you. If you don't, start. How would you even do that?
Exactly.
All right, back to top 5. Raw top 5 for this week. Number 5 is The Fiend coming out and taking out Jerry Lawler. I like it.
Oh, that's only 5?
That's only 5. I liked it because I don't like Jerry Lawler. So thank you.
Why?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't-
Thank you.
He's
You
just
don't like
over the top.
You don't like sexist, over eccentric people who should stop wrestling already?
Maybe back in like 1999
No,
I did.
it wasn't even that good back then. I've been watching old school Raw and SmackDown. It's awful.
He was an unbelievable.
Oh my god, puppies!
I think there was one time China came out and he mentioned something about her period. I'm like, oh, okay.
He is.
Because he would know that.
He was one of the best on the mic, easily, and his character was
His cha-
exactly what a wrestling
a-
character should be.
As his character, he was great. As
Yes.
Well,
real life personality, you don't ever do that.
Yeah, but he wasn't trying to be his predecessor, Bobby the Brain Heenan. I mean,
Well, of course not.
you know what I mean? So he had to be
Himself.
that, yeah.
And he did
And
well. but
what does he
also
had, like
failed
10
miserably.
divorces, I think?
Something like that.
That's
What's
fine.
I mean,
up?
he's bragged about them all, like,
Yeah,
Yikes.
gets a little excited.
yeah, he does.
He used to talk about the cat. He used to talk about
Which
Terry
I think he was
Rollins,
married to,
Trish
right?
Yeah, he married the cat, yeah. For like a minute.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to number 4. It's Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins versus the original club. And I'm not a fan of Braun and Seth winning the tag team championships. What about you guys?
Yeah, but I liked the match overall.
The match was pretty good. I'll give you that, but
Why? I mean,
That's what I was more
We're gonna
impressed
have
with.
another one. The OC's gonna win it back.
the OC's going to win it back. Braun's going to turn
To
on
set
Seth,
up,
and
yeah.
then Seth versus Braun at the next pay-per-view.
Because they've been
Was it
setting
Clash
it
of
up. I
Champions?
mean, yeah, Clash of Champions. They've
Oh.
been setting it up. I
Yeah.
mean, Braun keeps staring at the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
You know, hey, follow my lead, not I'm gonna follow your lead.
It's a very.
Combustible situation.
It's a good storyline that they've done a ton of times, but it always works.
So next week it's going to be a rematch, and then OC's going to win?
Is
Probably.
that confirmed?
No, but it's
Oh.
No, probably.
Yeah, because then they'll need another week to build
Yeah, the OC
the
needs
title match.
OC needs a big win, and beating Rollins and Braun is definitely something that's.
Well,
gonna
yeah, they'll
happen.
pin Strowman, right? Or they'll pin Rollins.
Yeah, because of Strowman.
Right.
So moving on to number 3, it's a King of the Ring, not qualifying match, but tournament match. Cedric Alexander versus Sami Zayn, and it was pretty good. I mean, for
a Sami Zayn match, it was
oh my
pretty
God.
good.
There we go. Sami Zayn is a good wrestler, Ed.
I mean,
Calm down.
Cedric Alexander had to carry him throughout that whole match.
Are you high?
It was a great match.
Have you seen El Generico?
I'm choking.
Jesus Christ.
I actually like that. I would have I'm curious to see what your number 2 and number 1 are. Actually,
Well, wait no more.
I know, right?
They're right here, Devin. Okay. Number 2, Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
I thought it was very good. Definitely Dolph showing what he can do in the ring, and Roman putting on another good match. like last week against Buddy Murphy, so that's good. Keep going.
Oh yeah.
And my number one is another King of the Ring tournament match, Samoa Joe versus Cesaro. And it was very good.
I 100% agree.
Oh yeah. I had Cesaro winning.
I know.
I had
Did
Joe
we-
winning, didn't
I
I?
had
you
Joe
would-
winning too.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good
So
match.
I'm an idiot.
Yes, you are. You're not always right, Devin.
Usually. Listen, I was in a meeting. I was sitting down ready for a meeting. The CEO's across from me, the executive vice president's on the other side. There's 10 other people in the room, and I'm sitting there on my laptop while everyone's talking and listening to each other. I'm sitting there typing away, typing my picks, and I'm trying to do it as quick as I can. I just fucking sent it because I was fucked on Monday. It was so much. I was fucking meeting after bullshit, waste of time. But
I hope your boss listens.
yeah, right.
It's probably your biggest fan.
Probably.
It's like, oh my God, it's Devin. It's Devin.
Loves his meetings.
It's the Afterman. Oh!
Fuck you. That's a cool name. I'll fucking do you.
All right, well,
I'll fucking do you.
we're stopping the podcast for a brief moment. All right, and we're back. That quick. All right, SmackDown Live Top 5.
That's how I like to keep it.
Yep. All right. Number 5 is...
Which, by the way, phenomenal SmackDown overall.
It was.
Yeah, I agree.
If you
I
haven't
agree.
watched it in a few weeks because like you're cool and you're like, I don't watch that product anymore, fuck you. Watch this episode.
You should watch it. If Devin says it's good, he hates everything. So
I
you
want to
should listen
know.
No, that's not
what-
me. That's
listen,
Ed. That's
what-
Ed.
What do you mean?
You both hate everything.
No, I don't.
Dude.
No, I don't.
I actually don't watch
you hate
SmackDown
wait,
usually, but
you hate
listen,
everybody. Ed hates everything. There we go.
Who's everybody?
The world.
Well, this is outside.
Stop looking at my top 5,
This is-
Devin.
Yeah, but
Not
wait a minute.
wrestling
Okay, so
related.
what I'm curious about is how much input did Eric Bischoff have on this show? That's what I'm curious about.
Well-
Because if this is a product of Bischoff, oh my God, I'm ready.
Well, they said that Vince wasn't there this week because he was focusing on the XFL. So
They were both good episodes, like
That's what I'm
solid
saying.
episodes. If that's what they produced every week, there's
But that's
never
what I'm-
gonna be an
But
issue.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like if this is a Bischoff product, shit, I'm down. I'm ready.
they
No,
need
it
to
was
stop
good.
with the what's it the everybody showing up on each show.
Yes,
Shake-up, the superstar shake-up.
I
The
agree.
wild card rule.
I agree because we had the
Wow.
Orton Kofi storyline on Monday, then we had it immediately the next night on Tuesday. That's not enough. I don't want them to fight 2 nights in a row. I want them to fight, and I want to think, shit, next Monday, is Kofi
I
going to
think-
get
I think
revenge?
in-
Is Orton going to get revenge? You know, and then
I
it
think in
just
due
solves
time,
it.
yeah, but I
24
loved,
hours they
yeah, but wait
solve a
minute.
problem
I
from the day
lo-
before.
Yeah, but listen, I loved what Orton and company did on Raw.
No, that's awesome.
That
But
to me was
24
like, yes.
hours later, it doesn't matter
Listen,
because Kofi has the
is
upper hand
stupid,
again.
bro.
So the other
Saying.
Do you get what I'm saying?
the
Yeah.
other thing is
Orton and the Revival look phenomenal on Monday, right? And like that's left in our heads. Orton's gonna beat Kofi next time. Orton is a threat. 24 hours later, he's on his back.
But the other thing is that Roman is focusing
Yeah.
on who hit him on Tuesday, and then he doesn't make any mention of it on Monday.
Right? It's silly. Mondays it doesn't
He's
matter.
just acting like it never happened.
Mondays-
and then Tuesday, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you, Daniel."
I wasn't hit with a car Monday. That was on a Tuesday. Therefore,
No,
yeah.
that was a Monday. The car incident was a Monday night
And then Tuesday was the
because
thing.
Samoa Joe.
It's stupid.
But I'm
right,
saying
he
this-
never
this
even,
Monday,
he
he
never
didn't
Oh
mention
mentioned
no,
it.
I got what you're saying. I
Yeah.
got what you're saying.
It's like when Gargano and Ciampa were called up. On Raw, they
Yeah,
were
that
tag
makes sense.
teams, and NXT, they were feuding. We're not stupid.
Yeah, no, I know, but
90% of the people are watching all of it.
But it's so hard to do a storyline in NXT and a storyline in WWE when you have 4 weeks of NXT taped and then you have a live show.
that's the other problem.
So they shouldn't mix it.
I
Mhm.
agree
Doesn't
with
make
you,
any sense to me.
100%.
Oh, no, that was that was not a good idea at all.
No. And now Ciampa's hurt, so way to go, WWE.
Right.
Well,
Way to rush it.
it's not why.
Well,
no,
they
that's not
have
why,
they
no.
have the NXT has the best champion ever, so I think
Ciampa?
they're good. No, Adam Cole.
Fuck Adam Cole.
Ciampa's
I know,
was
I
like the
know.
best champ that they've had.
Yes.
I have to agree.
All right, thank you, Ed.
That title meant
Take off your shirt.
everything to it.
No, I don't want to take off my shirt.
I'm gonna go put on my Ciampa shirt. and-
Slower.
Yeah.
Slower.
Show that nipple, boy. Mm.
You don't want to see these bitch tits. All right. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on to the SmackDown Live Top 5.
Yeah, sorry.
Devin. Number 5 is Rowan introducing his twin brother, Rick Rowan, to Roman Reigns.
Was that his name?
No, I just made it up. But yeah.
It'd be cool if it was his name, though.
So they just had him and Roman staring at the end of the night, and now they're going to go into
Which I thought was kind of lame.
I mean, what are you going to do? How are you going to go off the air staring at each other, and then the next week...
It's classic Attitude Era, like...
No,
ending.
but, like, you're not... We all know that nothing's happening between the week, so they should continue something like social media. You have social media.
Yeah,
do something with
no
it.
kidding. Yeah, I didn't even thought of that.
Yeah, no, they should be utilizing it.
Do
way
it with the
more.
24/7 title. Do it with storylines. Do it with everything.
Going
like, AEW,
fantastic
take that
with-
idea, because no one's doing it right now.
True.
They are doing fantastic with a 24/7 title
Yeah.
on social media. It's just views and views and views.
What was it? Get like over 2 million views at a time.
That's why the belt's still around.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's around the wrong person, but
Oh, you don't like it on Elias?
no.
Why?
Because he's an Intercontinental United States champion.
He's a WWE
Easy.
champion. Easy.
Not yet.
Nah, not yet.
Fuck
He
you.
wrestles 5 minutes a month.
I don't care. He's a good wrestler though.
Right.
If they actually
He
utilized
somehow
him.
wrestles less than Lesnar.
I know. But people love
All right.
him. But people love him. Don't touch him.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about my penis.
All right, number 4.
God damn it.
Number 4 is Sami Zayn joining Nakamura.
What a great
Yeah,
little stable we have
I
there.
like it.
Hello?
What was that?
What?
What was that, Devin?
Nothing.
Was that a attempt at a Chinese accent?
Wow, that's ignorant.
Because he's Japanese.
Yeah, Devin.
Listen,
Ignorant.
it was a great little feud. So is Miz gonna feud for the U.S. title? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess
I
now
believe
that-
against
It was supposed to
Shinsuke.
be Ali, wasn't it? And then something.
Yeah,
nothing
they
happened.
dropped it, and then Ali confirmed on Twitter that they dropped it.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Oh, probably because he's in the King of the Ring now.
Yeah,
So it
could
wouldn't
be.
make sense that he's
So
doing
is
double
Miz.
duty.
That's true too. Yeah, the Miz is in the King of the Ring too.
Who's he facing in the first round?
Fuck if I know.
We have phones. We have internet. Like, why aren't we looking this up?
Because I'm playing a game.
Damn it, I swear.
All right, I'll look it up. Just keep going.
All right. Yeah, so it's going to be great that they're going to be together now. Hopefully now. Hopefully now. Hopefully now.
The Miz versus Baron Corbin.
Oh, so Baron Corbin's going to win.
No, Miz is winning.
No,
I think the Miz
Sammy?
is winning.
Sammy and Nakamura are going to interfere in that. I'm going to murder you. I got an ice pick.
Ooh. Give me a lobotomy, daddy.
All right, moving on to number 3 is Andrade versus Apollo Crews.
Great match.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like where you're going with this, but yeah,
What do you mean where I'm going with this?
I want to know what your number 2 and number 1 is.
Why?
Because that match
Because
was really
I think
good.
this match, actually deserved to be the number 2 or number 1.
Really?
I think Daniel Bryan versus. I'll let you.
Oh no, that's easy. All right, spoilers. That's easy. If that's
That's
not number
easily
1,
number
you're off
1.
the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, bye. That's not my number 1.
Fuck off, it isn't. What's number 2?
Number 2 is.
Oh wait.
another-
Let's talk about Andrade and
Oh,
Cruz.
yeah. So obviously Andrade won, but Cruz put up a great.
Cruz is
looks
unbelievable,
strong.
man.
See, I like this King of the Ring tournament because it's actually showing everybody like that they can actually fucking wrestle. And
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
knew it in the first place, but like actually showcasing.
they get,
wrestling.
yeah,
like,
it's
they get, like,
showcasing
10
their talent.
They got like what 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable. I mean,
They need that.
for a while, I was like, because I picked Andrade to move, I think all the way to the semis, but I was sitting there worried, like, oh crap, is Apollo Crews gonna win this? So
Yeah.
I was a little worried.
So, I hope in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament, whether it's whoever or whomever.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
That really got to me.
I know it did.
Grammar police.
That
I didn't even notice.
the last finals of the King of the Ring tournament, they're gonna make it like an NXT Takeover match and actually like make it great, like 25 minutes.
I wish
of-
Trips.
I
I
heard-
wish Trips was writing the tournament.
Yeah.
I heard that the King of the Ring final is going to be at Clash of Champions. If I'm
Yes.
Yeah. So we got what? 3
couple
weeks?
weeks, yeah.
2-3 weeks. because 31st is AEW.
Yeah. And NXT UK.
And then
and New Japan's thing.
Yeah.
Oh, are you guys off third?
Oh,
yeah,
baby, I'm
Saturday,
off.
I'm off. What about the Sunday after? Is there another pay-per-view?
No.
Okay.
New Japan.
Who cares about them? I'm just kidding. I like them.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Shut the fuck up,
I know, Devin.
Alright.
Jesus.
Moving on to number 2.
Christ on a cracker.
You guys are going to hate this one, but I picked it anyway.
It's Elias.
It's Elias. Beating KO and taking a spot.
See, that's why I
bracket
said...
buster.
Yeah,
that's why
killed
I picked
my
it as
bracket.
my number 2, because it fucking killed my bracket.
I was
Asshole.
on Reddit. They did a big like March Madness King of the Ring type thing. And there was like 87% of people picked Owens. Or
I didn't even think of
that.
Shane like doing anything. I forgot.
I thought the feud was over because that's usually what happens when you culminate a feud at SummerSlam. The feud's over.
Yeah, well.
Oh, apparently
thank God
not.
we have Shane versus KO more.
Yeah.
What else?
Thank God for that.
Said no one.
I mean, who else is Kevin Owens gonna face? He's got the best in the world.
Drew McIntyre.
He's in the King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah, in the finals they could have fought each other.
Well, no, that's not happening.
Well, I know. Now it's just
Maybe he'll get put back in because he got screwed over.
I doubt it.
No, okay.
Sorry.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Can you guys guess what my number 1 is?
Daniel Bryan versus Buddy Murphy.
Fucking
No.
the surprise star.
How would you even think that?
Buddy.
Because,
Fire
dude,
and
he's the
Desire
best
versus
kept...
Nikki Cross.
Oh,
and
get
Alexa
out of
Bliss.
here! No, it's not.
No, that's Daniel Bryan versus Buddy
The
Murphy.
best kept secret.
Yeah, and no more secrets. The secret's out.
Dude, this guy. That segues right into a question.
Wait,
actually,
hold on. Buddy Murphy is a great wrestler, and he deserves to be pushed more than ever.
Okay, thanks for the fucking PSA, Josh.
No problem. I just remember everybody, all the wrestlers on Twitter, like talking about Buddy Murphy. Like everybody from NXT to WWE saying how much work he was putting into the Performance Center, how much work that he deserved to be on the main roster even. Like he didn't, like no one was doing anything with him. He was literally just.
he was just
there.
wasting away.
But now that he's actually being showcased, like what was his tag team?
Him and Wesley Blake.
Him and Wesley Blake were a great tag team, and then
They broke them up.
now Blake's with the Forgotten Sons,
Forgotten Sons, yeah.
and he's doing well.
Still
They're
forgot-
both doing good.
Still forgotten.
But once that's going to be 2 hours on NXT, they're going to Forgotten Sons are going to be showcased more.
Yeah, true. So what I was going to say is after 3 matches in less than 2 weeks, right, because you had the SummerSlam pre-show match with Apollo Crews, which was great until Roman kind of ruined the match. You had his big match against Roman Reigns where he didn't win. I know, right? Right in front of me, like I could read it.
Don't read my notes.
He had a phenomenal match with Roman, even though he didn't win. And then the match with Daniel Bryan, it's like, you know, how did the WWE not see this before?
They have way too many people.
Yeah, but like not as many people as like Buddy Murphy.
So
Right.
Do you have a question on NXT and SmackDown later for the 2 hour thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to that. Devin, what were you saying?
The Murphy's great and everything. Their roster is enormous. Like people are. I do love that they're using him. But I mean,
To
did
me,
Aleister Black have a match?
Well, they had but not on television.
No, he had another vignette about
See,
how someone needs to knock on his door.
I
And I think it should be Buddy Murphy.
I find him a better talent all around than Buddy Murphy. Like it's great they're utilizing him, but at the same time they're not utilizing people.
So wait a minute,
who,
you're saying Aleister Black is better than Buddy Murphy?
obviously
I agree with that.
in every way.
No. I agree that Aleister
in
Black is
every
amazing, but I
aspect
think
of wrestling.
Buddy Murphy is just as amazing.
Character, entrance.
What's
wrestling
Buddy's
ability.
character?
Okay, he doesn't have the character.
That's half
like,
of wrestling, Ed.
I know, but
It's half. I don't care what
yeah, but what
year
kind
it
of
is.
character did Daniel Bryan have?
Are you
When?
kidding?
What?
No, listen.
He is one of the
No.
best. He's
Other
like
than-
Jericho as far as molding
Come on, other
his
than
character.
saying
Dude, are you
yes or
serious?
no.
That got
What?
him over.
Yeah, but that's
He
the dumbest
had-
thing to get over.
It
he
doesn't
had
matter.
it.
If you get
He
over,
was
that's all that
he
matters.
was the goat. He had the
Yeah,
beard.
why?
He was,
Because he was an amazing wrestler.
But he also got over from his promo ability, from his
It
Yeah,
takes,
but-
his storyline.
Yes, I agree, he
The way
can cut
he
promos.
delivers promos.
it
I-
takes charisma.
Listen,
Yeah.
I know that. Listen, I get it. He cuts
That's
great
my
promos.
problem. I'm listening.
But no. But like, listen, Daniel
Listen to
Bryan
Daniel
was
Bryan.
a great. Like, dude, the fact that he was a great wrestler helped him in every other aspect.
Oh, of course it did. But he
but
was
that's what I'm saying. But
already.
that could come with time.
He's the best
for
heel
Buddy
in the
Murphy.
company. He's the best heel in the company.
Daniel Bryan went from being in NXT to being fired to coming back to SummerSlam to having a career-threatening injury to coming back as the biggest babyface in WWE to becoming the biggest heel in WWE in a matter of a minute.
In the matter of 2 years, like 3 years, he was the biggest face to the biggest heel. In NXT, he didn't have a gimmick.
No.
He didn't have a gimmick
he was
whatsoever.
part of Nexus, right?
But he was Jericho's rookie, so he was.
Right.
I thought he was the Miz's.
No, he was the Miz's rookie. You're right. So
they've
been building off that storyline.
He never
forever.
had like a gimmick, but he literally was the biggest heel face in the world, and is now one of the biggest heels in the world in a matter of years. That is half
and
of
he's
the
still
wrestling.
putting
but what I'm saying is that with time you could also do the same thing with Buddy Murphy.
Of course, but it takes time.
Because Buddy Murphy's not terrible at promos.
He doesn't cut any.
But it takes time.
But he doesn't. Yeah,
but Black right now.
They haven't given him the time.
They could run with Black.
Black is ready
right now.
I know Black is ready, and I'm not saying that Black isn't ready, and I'm not saying that Black doesn't deserve, television time, because he does. He should have been in the King of the Ring tournament.
No shit.
I'm sorry, more than The Miz.
I think he needs to win it if he's going to be in it, so they didn't want him to lose.
See, I think him feuding with Bryan and Rowan would be amazing because first of all, Bryan does 90% of the talking.
Yeah, so maybe.
Can you imagine Bryan versus Black at pay-per-view?
Maybe Bryan's gonna blame Black next as the person that ran over Roman, and then Bryan versus Aleister is gonna be the next match.
It would be unbelievable. I'm not saying Murphy doesn't deserve it, but they are once again putting other people who are better on the back burner. And it's great to have your flavor of the month. What happened to Ali?
He's gone.
Well, injury is what happened to Ali.
Well, he's fine now, and he was incredibly over.
He's in the King of the Ring tournament.
Had a triple threat.
Yeah, he hasn't fought yet.
No, but what I'm saying, he had a triple threat world title match.
Yeah, but then he had that awesome match with Shinsuke.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He was the flavor of the month, and now.
Yeah, but I
now
think,
everyone's talking about Buddy.
I know, but I think Buddy Murphy shouldn't just be the flavor of the month. Dude, if you ask me, he's one of the best cruiserweight champions they ever had.
Yeah, second best.
To who?
Neville.
Okay, maybe.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Neville was, and you could also argue Enzo, as awful as that is.
No, come on.
As awful as that is.
Enzo, didn't he main event? No, he didn't main event a pay-per-view, but he main evented.
He was an unbelievable heel champion.
He was on the main show.
Such a piece of shit.
He's the last cruiserweight champion to be on the main show.
He is a piece of shit. So the last part of that question.
Get him, Gino.
Was what should Buddy Murphy's next move be?
Like finishing move?
No. Like where should they go with
clean.
him?
I mean,
beat Bryan. Like should he stay with the Daniel Bryan thing, or should they move him on to something else?
After the King of the Ring tournament, they should move him to Shinsuke. They should make him. They should make him a face.
He is.
Yeah,
I think
he is.
Basically like
it's kind of a tweener.
No.
I think he should as well because Shinsuke and Zayn can do all the talking and get all the heel heat. Murphy just has to be the face.
Imagine Murphy versus Sami Zayn going into Murphy versus Nakamura.
Oh, two easy pay-per-view matches.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how you got to get him over slowly and put him with people. That's why he's with Bryan. Bryan can just shit talk the whole time.
And Buddy needs to win the title.
Just stand there and be the face.
And then after he's done feuding with Nakamura and wins the Intercontinental title, face Bryan after for the Intercontinental title.
And
then have Bryan face Black.
Yeah, but non-title. I mean, Bryan doesn't win the title from Murphy.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, and then Bryan goes on to.
All right.
We just built WWE up for like a month and a half.
I know, no shit. You're welcome, WWE. Now that Sasha Banks is back in the WWE with the blue hair.
Blue hair, don't care.
Is this what you wanted to see them, like, how did I put this? Do you agree with the fact that she's coming in and she's automatically going to be the number one contender?
Yes.
For Becky? Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think she should be. Yeah, why not?
Who else would challenge Becky right now?
Awful.
But the thing is like she went home.
I've ever heard from Natalia somehow.
I know, but to a point that Becky Lynch made, she took her ball and she went home when she lost because she didn't get what she wanted.
All right, but the
Now
last
all
time,
of a sudden she's back, and it's like, hey, let's just,
were we talking this on the podcast, or did we talk about this?
we didn't
outside
get
of
to
it?
talk. We didn't get to talk.
Okay,
about
so
this.
I think Devin mentioned, and me, and you agreed that the reason why she was so frustrated is because she couldn't keep a title for less than one title defense. She never could defend the title.
I don't blame her. After 5 or 6, I mean,
That's a little ridiculous.
I'd be frustrated.
What was it?
too.
She would beat Charlotte on Raw,
And then lose.
but
it.
then lose on the pay-per-view.
Yep. She didn't even.
She's never defended a title successfully on the main
not
roster.
even the women's
correct?
tag team titles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So I would be pissed too.
She's too good and too marketable and too over to not hold a title for long enough.
All right, well, let me ask you this.
When she beats Becky, she's going to hold on to that title.
So I was just going to ask you,
Yes.
is she the one to dethrone Becky Lynch?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's the only way right now.
There's
Becky
no
needs to
one
chase.
else. The Lacey Evans program didn't go very well.
Where's she been since?
The repackaging, training her more, I guess.
Liv
I think
Morgan?
they're putting her and Liv Morgan together.
Oh yeah, maybe. That's
I
true.
think is what
I
that. I think that could
no
be a
more
tag
Natalia,
team.
obviously.
No,
Although
no.
I will give them
Cringeworthy.
credit at SummerSlam.
They had a good match.
That was a very good match.
True.
Oh yeah, I
Very
forgot.
true.
I didn't get to do my SummerSlam top 5 because of you losers.
Well, it's because of one loser.
Yeah,
You came
I'm
out playing
just
that
kidding.
one.
I did it on purpose.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So it looks as if Braun Strowman is going to eventually be the number 1 contender for the Universal Championship. But do you agree with Meltzer saying that it's only because the WWE needs contenders?
Well, isn't that the only reason anybody
no,
ever gets?
but they really.
No, he's saying basically Strowman doesn't really deserve it, but it's only because the WWE needs contenders.
How does Strowman not deserve it? He's literally a huge giant, like just.
Yeah, he's-
anything-
Who's
He's
lost 5
lost so
times
many
to Brock Lesnar?
I
Dude,
get that,
just give
but that's
me-
not the way they've written him.
Give me someone who's not gonna win, but just humor me in some way. Give me a good match. Just give me somebody else. I don't want Strowman.
I don't need a Beast Slayer or Seth Rollins to beat all the big guys and then lose to a cruiserweight. Like I want it.
I would have rather had seen
A Rollins Open Challenge.
That would be good.
and then Aleister Black answers
Somebody,
the challenge.
anybody like that.
Are
would
they on the
be-
same show? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on.
But yeah,
Winner of the King of the Ring tournament should get
it's
a
not.
title shot.
It's not going to be a 5-star match, but obviously it's not going to be awful between Strowman and.
Yeah, I think it's
Rollins.
the
It could
throwaway.
be worse.
The winner of the King of the Ring tournament should have got a title match at the pay-per-view after Night of Champions.
Drew
so
McIntyre.
Immediately
So Hell in
after,
a Cell, right?
immediately after Night of Champions, you already can
Drew
start your storyline.
McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the title.
is what we
please.
all want.
Thank you.
He's in the tournament right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He wins.
If he
it.
wins, and then Rollins
When he
also
wins.
wins.
Well,
Strowman.
Bodacious Bodie seems to think that Ricochet
Fuck Bodie.
is going to beat. Wow. Okay.
Just kidding.
Moving on.
Why does he
He's
think
so
that?
negative.
Why does he think that?
Because he's a negative Nancy.
He wants to go against everything we always say.
Yeah, I know. All right, so
Shout out to Bodie.
shout out to Bodie. So Dominic Mysterio, is that what they call him, or is he
No,
just
it's
Dominic? Is apparently
Ray's last name isn't Mysterio.
Yes, it is. You shut your mouth.
so.
Oh, my bad.
All right, so apparently Dominic Mysterio is being molded into a wrestler, with the idea being that they plan to infuse him into the current storyline with his dad, as we've seen already on Raw. But they're saying that for real in-ring action, he won't be ready until 2020. That's what they're planning. But do you
Good.
think Dominic should head to NXT, or is he going to bypass all of that just because of who his dad is?
No. Charlotte didn't get to bypass it.
I think he'd be on the main roster. I think Ray wants to hang it up sooner than later. No.
But I think Dominic's gonna definitely be in NXT first. I think his wrestling debut is gonna be in WWE, but he's gonna end up in NXT.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
So I think him, Ray, and Dominic versus Andrade and somebody else is gonna be a match.
Okay.
So they can hide his greenness.
Do you think
He's probably green as shit.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I was gonna say right now they're probably working with him, but
Yeah.
I don't expect much. You know what it is? It's gonna be like one of those classic situations where, Roddy Piper talked about how they said don't allow Mr. T into the ring for that long because he was green as hell. Like he's not a wrestler. So, all right. So this is a fun one. I wanted to ask you guys this
fun.
because this could be a game changer right here. Wrestling Observer Newsletter is reporting that CAA, the agency that represents both CM Punk and the WWE, has reached out to Fox about CM Punk possibly being the co-host for the studio show on FS1. While technically, if they were to agree, Punk would not be an employee of the WWE. He would be an employee of Fox. But do you think that this could eventually, like if he gets hired by Fox to do this thing on FS1, do you think that this could eventually turn into what we all want?
No.
And let me remind you right now that the word on the street is that they don't even know if this is even something Punk wants.
So let's wait until not this week, next week, for AEW Chicago. If Punk doesn't show up, then we can.
Let me ask you, if Punk shows up to WWE instead of AEW, could that be a killer to AEW?
No. One person's not going to do that.
But imagine the star power if he shows up at AEW.
I think it'd be definitely great for AEW because people will. It's great for WWE too because they'll stop chanting CM Punk every minute.
Right?
Maybe.
Right? But can you imagine CM Punk? Like they've said it. Like okay, their relationship isn't the greatest right now, but the fact that he could bypass WWE and be an employee of Fox, hosting a WWE show. Like, imagine the irony
What's the show
in that.
About?
Nobody knows. It's that. Apparently, it's that third hour that they're filming every Friday. I assume.
Oh, it is the third
It's
hour.
like
I think so.
thought the
I
third
think
hour
it's
was
like
supposed to be
Talking Smack or something like that. Maybe.
No, that's already there. That was already done.
I mean, it would be something.
But it's
like
something
that.
They're doing a podcast now too.
Well, they're setting up their own podcast channel.
Yeah.
Because they want to get into that
Renee
more.
Young wants to call it Young and the Wrestlers.
That's pretty sick. I'm not gonna
Smart
lie.
cookie.
Yeah, she is. All right, so I want to remind people that I do not condone the actions of a fan that I'm about to talk about.
Uh-oh. They spit on the Revival?
Yeah, so apparently during a dark match, Dash and Wilder were doing what they do best. They're heels, come on. And apparently Dash flicked some of his sweat off of his forehead and onto a fan. And the fan apparently responded by spitting on him. Right? My question is, even though Dash flicked the sweat, do you agree with the arena kicking him out?
They kicked out Dash?
No, kicked out the fan.
Oh, okay, that's confused.
That's
Yeah,
what I
you
meant.
can't project anything from this. As stupid as it is, it's still like a bodily function.
Well, that's my thing.
You can't just spit
As a
on
fan,
someone.
you should not be spitting on any fucking wrestler. Like you're
I
there,
agree.
You're there
No, I
for
agree
them.
with that.
And
I
you know
agree with
what?
that.
Since they did, now the Revival are getting talked about. They're obviously doing great heel work.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
from the WWE standpoint, I would be like, wow, these guys are getting fucking spit on at house shows.
Yeah.
I need to expose them more.
So speaking of,
Well, this was a dark match. Apparently on
sorry.
SmackDown.
it's
Yeah,
still being talked
basically,
about though.
yeah.
But speaking of heat and being over, back to CM Punk a little bit.
All right.
If he does kill it, and if he goes to AEW and kills it, there's going to be a lot more chance in WWE with CM Punk chance. Like people are going to be actually doing it very loud. I think.
I think they're going to be
hurt
pissed
WWE a
that
little bit.
I think they'll be pissed that the WWE couldn't like suck it up and try to get him back.
I think WWE needs to do.
Can you
Oh,
imagine?
whatever-
can you
whatever they
imagine
can.
if he's there next Saturday?
That's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
they got to
nuts.
do whatever in their power to make sure that he doesn't end up.
This is This is his moment. If he's at Starrcade, he could be at AEW. Like
Oh, Marty's there too.
Starcast.
He knows. Yeah, but listen, he knows that the ball's in his court now.
Marty could show up, Punk could show up.
He's under contract.
Doesn't matter. So
Doesn't
does Rhino. He
matter.
could wear a mask.
Exactly.
That's Impact. There's no rules.
All right,
They can't
so
get sued because they don't have any money.
Josh asked earlier if we were going to talk about USA Network and NXT.
Did I?
You did.
Okay.
So with NXT making its move to Wednesdays
Let's do it
for 2 hours on the USA Network, and the fact that the deal was worth $50 million,
How much?
$50 million, which
How
makes
many zeros is that?
that's a lot of zeros. It makes NXT finally profitable in the eyes of Vince McMahon.
That does it.
Does. Do you think that means that NXT finally do we get the brand like it's the goal? Like, you know how like when we have the draft, it's Raw, SmackDown. Do you think this makes them part of that conversation?
I think it's
No.
great for NXT because they have so many wrestlers that they need to be 2 hours now.
But you think it still stays as their developmental?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
They can't-
It's
don't-
not. It's a
if you're
well-known
gonna-
thing.
If you're
that
gonna
that's
bring
what it
main
is.
roster people to NXT, make it the guys who don't get enough time on
Okay.
WWE.
Exactly
So-
like a Breeze or Fandango.
All right.
Cesaro, well, Breeze and Fandango are. You know,
So my next question.
That's what I'm saying. It's similar to what they did.
So my next question is: if more main roster stars become involved, who do you guys want to see head
Cesaro,
down
Luke
there?
Harper.
If they
if he
let
ever comes
Harper.
back.
Yeah, I
Supposedly
really
he's been on
love.
the road with them.
I love the move of Breeze and Fandango going down. Back then, I said that was
Kalisto?
great.
I think
Yeah,
he-
like some of the Lucha House
Grant-
Party maybe.
Grant Metalik.
Yeah,
Mike
some
Bennett.
of some of the Lucha House Party.
I agree with Mike Bennett.
Gable.
Yeah, Gable.
So yeah, we gotta.
Just let that guy wrestle on every show. Who the fuck cares?
I even think Buddy Murphy. Why not?
Benjamin would be not right now.
No, he's too over. On
Well, not while
No,
he's
I
over.
think he could do both.
No.
Not while he's over on SmackDown. I'd say once his
This is for
storyline's
guys who
over.
don't get a lot of time on.
I think Benjamin would be great. Benjamin went down there and picked a fight with someone,
Yeah. Be a
Him
good
and
little
Keith
feud.
Lee.
Yeah.
put over
Fight
somebody.
over Mia Yim.
Exactly. There you go.
Sheldon just send her back.
So a rumored
Always
possibility,
tweet on Twitter.
right, is that if the idea is that if NXT fails,
It's not
right?
gonna fail.
No, but they're saying if it fails to beat AEW in ratings, is what I'm talking
Okay.
about. They're saying that Vince McMahon is going to get more involved.
Hell no.
Christ,
That's
stay-
the rumor. No, but that's the
stay
rumor.
away.
So right now, the rumor is that Vince is too busy with the XFL, and he's seeing how successful that it is under Triple H. So he's allowing Triple H to continue working NXT. But he has said that if it doesn't beat AEW in the ratings, he is going to get involved.
So how long does he have?
I would
a
assume probably.
He
But
should have like 6 months.
with
I,
Vince,
I would agree. I would agree with that. Give
With-
him 6 months.
with Vince focusing on XFL, does that give Triple H more responsibility towards Raw and SmackDown also?
No, it would be Bischoff and Heyman.
Yeah.
Okay, so he can focus on NXT.
It's
and-
literally
Yeah.
the same
Okay.
thing, just twice as long.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that.
It's not live, is it?
Well, see, that's what I want to ask. Do you want it to be live or
No,
taped?
I want it to be taped.
No, just
I
because
think
it
they should
is.
do every other week.
It's too
No,
much.
that'd be
Just
too much.
because it is
That's a lot of
developmental, and they do like to tape several different things at once, and it has been working. Don't mess with it. If it's not broken, don't fix
But
it.
how are they
Keep
gonna-
the formula.
How
see,
do you
the
tape a 2-hour show? Well,
You
TNA
only
does
do
it.
it half and
Yeah, that's
half.
what I'm
You just do
saying. TNA does it.
you do your 2 weeks instead of 4 weeks, and then you do it again in 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Every other
Keeps-
week, like
Okay,
every
right.
2 weeks, you do tapings.
Yes, but it's never live. Also,
No,
because
no.
it is developmental and they're trying to
So,
try somebody out, you don't want them live.
We're gonna get more Stokely Hathaway,
Yep.
Robert Strass, who is Robbie, and
Yeah, we have more
TNA.
time.
We're gonna get more
Even
stables, more tag team,
And if
more
a segment blows, they can redo it.
more
Exactly.
contenders for the NXT title, like the North American title. Everything's gonna
Exactly.
as long as they keep on doing what they're doing with the 1 hour and make it as good with 2, they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's gonna show a lot of people who are green on. People are gonna have to realize that there's gonna be some people that are green because it's developmental. Like you can't expect great wrestling in every match. Like a lot of these guys are just practicing.
But part of the idea too, so the other part they were talking about with Vince was that possibly, like, if it fails and he gets involved, that a move out of Full Sail could be a possibility.
How would you do that?
I don't know. I feel
As
like
a permanent taping place,
Yeah. Like,
Traveling?
Florida's perfect.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. But
I don't like that either. I think they should stay.
The only reason they would do
Tampa or
traveling
wherever
is
it
to make more money,
the
right?
only
Orlando,
way they
right?
need to travel is for the takeovers. Like the takeovers
True.
are for all the people who are exceptional in NXT.
That's why takeovers sell out so quickly. It's because they're in Florida for 2 months.
Yeah,
They
and then-
finally leave this state. It happens to be, I mean, for us it was 2.5 hours away. We
Still
bought
worth
tickets
it.
instantly.
Yep.
If they tour and they're in the East Coast every other week, I'm not as interested.
Yeah,
That's true.
I don't-
That's true.
That's just how it is.
All right.
I don't want it. Take it back.
All right, so moving on, we know that next week is AEW's All Out.
I like to be all out.
So PWI, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, is celebrating 40 years, and they decided to do a thing for their October 2019 issue, where their writers Al Castle and Dan Murphy weighed in on whether AEW will be a success or a failure. So Dan Murphy, they did basically the devil's advocate thing. So Dan Murphy was the one who agreed that AEW would be successful. He's saying that with veterans like Jericho and Moxley willing to sign was a plus. He's saying that their willingness to learn from the mistakes of TNA and WCW should benefit them. He's claimed that their production style, having the post-fight interviews like the UFC does, is going to benefit them. They think the count-out rule being, the referee's discretion, helps.
Yeah.
But the major asset, as he says, is having TNT.
So
Their video packages are off the charts, dude.
Yeah.
Their interviews are great.
utilize social media.
Which
Don't-
they're all very good on social media.
Don't hire a bunch of WWE legends.
Yeah.
Keep up with the what's it called? Being the elite thing.
So check this out. So Al Castle, right, starts off his thing by saying, "Are you kidding me? Double or Nothing was not WrestleMania. It's not Starrcade.
Of course not.
It wasn't even Wrestle Kingdom. It
Wasn't
was
meant
just
to
a glorified super indie show." He said the best match on the card was by two former WWE stars.
What was this? What pay-per-view?
The charity event.
Double or Nothing.
Oh,
No,
Double-
Double or Nothing. He's talking
Oh.
Double or Nothing.
Oh,
Saying the
in,
best
in
match.
Vegas, right?
Yeah.
What match was he referring to?
Chris
Goldust.
Jericho.
Well, no.
Oh, Cody and
Cody and Dustin. And then he goes on to say that Moxley was a huge money and ratings disappointment
What?
in the WWE, right? But we all know that Moxley's thing
He
is
was
the
part of the
creative.
Shield.
No, but on his own, they're saying he was a
Who
failure.
gives a fuck when he was on his own?
Well, because isn't that what it's all about, though?
No, you market off what you can.
True.
Double or Nothing was great.
And he's
I
great.
thought so too.
He's great on his own in AEW now, so it doesn't matter.
it was
But
more.
hold on. So he gives these examples, right? He
What?
says in 1990.
Oh, here we go. As soon as you start with that, I don't
No, these
fucking
are all the
want to hear
different
it.
examples. These are all the
Alright,
different
alright,
examples.
let him go, Devin. Shut up.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
no, we won't get
No,
into it.
say it.
No, go
Say
ahead.
it.
It's
No.
stupid when people are like, times have
he-
changed.
He comes up with, okay, so one guy decided to start the Universal Wrestling Federation, claiming that it was supposed to be an alternative to the WWE. They had one pay-per-view and then it died. 2001, Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart start the XWF, which featured a very young AJ Styles. He said they had one taping and then they were in 10 years of litigation.
That's Hulk Hogan. So
True.
Immediately
Yes.
gets
True.
drops.
True. 2007, MTV starts Wrestling Society X.
That's
That was
MTV.
a definite
Which-
failure because everybody knew it was going to be a failure, but they had a lot of great wrestlers in that.
That all.
They had
Dude,
Matt
what's that?
Sydal,
Their
Jack
roster
Evans.
was awesome.
Yeah, but what
Tony
who was
Hart.
the I always call him like the satanic Spanish dude.
Vampiro.
No, the Judas Messias.
Oh, Judas Smith. He's in
Oh.
WWE now. He's going to NXT, I think. Mel Maceras. That's his name in Lucha Underground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in He's going to be in NXT soon.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's going to be awesome in there.
Their roster was out of control,
I-
but it's
I
on
think,
MTV,
as
which
far
is
as I know-
Which
shit.
was the thing, yeah. And then he says in 2014, the guy who he says the creator of Survivor and Robert Rodriguez start Lucha Underground,
And that was awful.
That's
too.
what-
which lasted 4 seasons, is now in
Awful?
hiatus.
It wasn't awful as a production. As a production, it was bound to fail eventually.
Right, but it was
It
still...
was nowhere
it was-
near what ROH, TNA,
No,
or WWE
but
is.
it was very good.
No, it was good, but I'm
It was
saying
good.
it's
It
awful
was
in
really
the way
good.
that you knew it wasn't gonna
Succeed.
succeed.
So he says, what is it, Shad and Khan may have deep pockets, but he ends it saying that they have
Khan.
no wrestling experience.
Listen, that doesn't matter. Look at... I don't
Did
understand
Vince
it.
McMahon have any wrestling experience before?
He had his father.
I know he had his father,
I
but
always-
wasn't he adopted?
No,
he met
he
his
was.
real father. Which
What?
he was with another family before Vince McMahon Sr., right?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
I think that's what I heard. But
I always
But he
use
was
this...
working for his father for years.
I know that as a
Before he-
commentator.
before he took over, but
Yeah.
he was also behind the scenes.
Okay. Well,
He
maybe
just
I'm
didn't want anybody
maybe
to
you should
know
delete
that.
part, 'cause I don't-
No, whatever.
They make sense. You can tell that these events are being made by wrestlers who know wrestling. Look at the 6-man tag from the gun one, the Fight for the Fallen. Do you know how many storylines were brewing during that 6-man tag match? I know he called what is it, Double or Nothing, a glorified indie show or whatever, but I mean, you had Darby, Havoc, and Janela on the same team, 3 faces, all giving each other shit, trying to tag in and stuff, kind of teasing some tension there. You got MJF teaming with Spears, giving tension there.
Yeah.
They're not happy with each other, yada yada. They announced a triple threat with that team of 3 faces at the next pay-per-view because of the everything they're doing has a purpose and a reason.
Of course. My
And
thing,
you can tell the difference.
See, like my thing was, so the other guy, Dan Murphy, the one who was on AEW's side, said that like just the fact that you had Bret Hart, Hangman Page, and then all of a sudden Jungle Boy and all these guys coming down, he's like, you're taking veterans and young guys and integrating them and building up these young guys, right, to be the future of the business.
That's something that Lucha Underground, and I'm sure whatever it was, the one before that, what was it?
XWF had one taping with Hogan.
And then, what's the other one that you mentioned?
Well, there was
Wrestling Society
UW,
X.
yeah, Wrestling Society X. Yeah.
They all didn't have like that big star that they need. AEW has that big star. I mean, they got Chris Jericho.
Multiple,
they
and
got
they're
Drew,
building more.
They got Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. They got
Omega,
Cody Rhodes, shit like that. And even though Vince McMahon learned from Vince McMahon Sr., Cody Rhodes learned from Dusty. And Dusty brought NXT.
Dusty, worked in fucking NXT.
The reason that NXT
arguably
is so successful,
the best company on the planet.
The reason why NXT is so successful was
because of Dusty Rhodes. Yeah,
he was.
And you got to think that he, like, it's not just Cody either. Like, you got to think Dustin.
Yeah, this is
also got some experience from his
the
father.
Rhodes family is
oh my
one
God.
of the greatest
And not to
families
mention,
ever.
and not to mention, how many years was he in the WWE for?
Who, Cody?
Dustin. I mean,
Dustin was
for a
he
long
doesn't.
time.
He doesn't not only know what to do, but he knows what not to do. Being there
true.
for every single major era in
True.
WWE.
Yeah.
He's seen every single company too. He's seen WCW, TNA, WWE.
He knows what works.
WWF.
He knows what doesn't work. Their debut pay-per-view, they put on a 5-star match.
Yep.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
It was a 5 right away,
bled
right
like
off the
Dustin.
bat. And
Yep.
it was unbelievable. It was so emotional. It was so well done. 90% of people didn't think Dustin could go like that. I guarantee you. If you tell
that
me
guy
you thought
continues to
if you
amaze
tell me you thought that would be an
I thought it
amazing
would.
match,
I did.
no, you
I
didn't.
had
swear
kind
to
of a
God.
feeling,
100%. I remember watching Goldust fucking wrestle a year and a half before, and he was going fast as hell. He was moving.
Dude,
like,
the guy is
I
unbelievable.
I think
I don't know how he still does
the
it.
average fan, at least,
No, the average fan definitely
Would've
didn't
looked at
expect
that
that.
and
They'd
been
been
like-
like, Goldust, what the fuck? Why is he still wrestling?
and it
Probably.
was unbelievable.
Now they
But
know
like
him as
when
Dustin.
you
He's
hear the
literally-
crowd chanting "You still got it," I mean that's something.
You can literally Goldust went from being known as Goldust to one match being known as Dustin. Like that's crazy.
Mhm.
Good for him.
Yep.
You can be
He's finally getting the recognition he deserves.
You can be a character for 20 years, and then people don't
just be yourself.
just be yourself and still be great.
I think All Out's gonna be the big
No one remembers Black Rain.
All Out. No, God, they should. All Out's gonna be the big nail in the coffin. You know, whether or not this is a real thing and this is gonna be around. I feel like this is
This
their
is their big
mania.
one. Yeah, this is their big one. All Out is definitely.
This is
they're
their
gonna-
WrestleMania.
They're gonna.
Yeah.
This is the one before their TV tapings, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're gonna really need to like push.
Go all out with this one.
All Out.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, their TV taping is going to be huge. Their first TV taping is going to have to be huge too. They're going to have to build off All Out. So All Out needs to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And I think it will.
I think it will too. All right, real quick, let's get into it. 5-star moments of the
Why
week.
are you standing?
Because I hate sitting.
Yeah,
I sit all day at work.
I know I'm getting.
Murphy versus Bryan from SmackDown.
You can't change. You can't take that.
Ed, what's yours?
Why is that, Devin?
Because it was a great match and a surprise finish. Keep you guessing. Did you think Murphy was going to beat Daniel Bryan?
To be honest, no.
Exactly. I love when that stuff happens.
I do too. Yeah. I thought it was awesome.
My 5-star match of the week would probably be Cesaro versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
I just saw a lot of energy, a lot of high impact, just great match from beginning to end.
We got a free pay-per-view match out of that one.
Yeah, exactly.
My
No love for
juiciest-
205 Live, huh?
My juiciest moment of the week is the 5-on-5 Cruiserweight.
There it is.
205 Live.
Oh,
Was it
the
elimination?
Captain's Challenge.
Yeah, it was a Survivor
Element-
Series kind of.
Why aren't they doing that at Survivor Series? But yeah, it was a great match.
Because they can just do it on 205 Live and tape it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And Drew Gulak and Oni can continue their feud. I think Oni's gonna face Kushida next. That's what
That's going to be awesome.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
What do you guys think of Jordan Miles versus Adam Cole?
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be
I'm
a really
excited.
good match.
Good for Miles.
I agree.
Hi.
Hi, Peyton, you stud.
All right, so that's going to do it for us here. 25th episode. Great episode. I want to thank you guys for all listening. We will catch you all next week. I am Eddie Valiant. And with me, as always,
Peyton
Juicy Josh.
and Devin.
peace. Bye.
Meow.
Bye.